Basil the Great says the BBC strikes deal to put shows on YouTube. The BBC iPlayer has crashing viewing figures, so they are moving their programs to YouTube. Adverts to watch shows will only apply to foreign markets. You know what's coming next, don't you? Soon, you will need a license to watch YouTube. You know that's what they're going to try to do next with it. A YouTube license? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Andrew Brigden confirms fears that BBC are pushing to make YouTube a license fee platform. What is going on? BBC made it so you had to pay a license fee to watch ITV, Channel 4, and Sky. Now they're going to do the same to YouTube. The BBC should be defunded. This is, by the way, this is like the inshitification of something that's nice and good and typically available and free for everyone. Just let the governments or big business get involved and destroy that. Let's see what he says.
So let's just run a scenario by you. We know that last week it was confirmed that more people are now watching YouTube than the BBC. And now we've heard that the BBC are going to give up on their iPlayer and they're going to stream their programs on YouTube. Well, that means that on YouTube, you'll be able to access live BBC programs, which means the BBC could claim that we've all got to buy a TV license to watch YouTube.
That's the whole Ofcom thing. You need to, you're now using this and this is on that. Now it's a part of that. Now we own what that's on and you need a license for all of it now.
And don't think the BBC wouldn't do this, because I was involved when I was in Parliament in 2014 in the renegotiation of the BBC charter. And they actually wanted, as part of that charter renewal in 2014, to make you buy a TV license if you watched Channel 4 player, the Sky player, or the ITV player on the internet.
It's another tax on the people. They just try to squeeze more and more out of people. It's insane.
We managed to stop them having access to those funds, but that's what's in the mindset of the BBC. So beware. Thank you very much for listening to me.
That's insane. YouTube, me, along with millions of others, will be canceling our premium membership if you allow this to happen. I don't think this is in YouTube's control. That's the problem. If a government gets involved, they supersede a private company, or else the private company is not going to be running in that area. That's going to be curious if that does happen. No self-respecting person pays a license fee. I'm not about to pay the BBC to watch something that isn't the BBC. They can fuck right off. Yep. The UK has fallen. I'm telling you guys, this is insanity. Posting this video.
I'm strongly in favour of free speech. We've had free speech in this country for a very, very long time, and we protect it fiercely.
5 minutes later.
The absolute state of the UK. Basil the Great. In the UK, you are not allowed to criticize the supreme leader. This is the definition of a totalitarian state. Which, by the way, in case you're wondering, this is the same lady that was booted from being allowed to even visit the UK anymore. Interviewing with Tucker Carlson here. Let's hear.
It's also very much in line with his track record. And I suppose it proves my point, that the UK is on a path to become a very unfree country where dissident voices are criticized. People are thrown in jail. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I'm not a citizen of the United Kingdom, so they can't do that to me. But this is something that they can do, apparently.
The continent is descending into darkness once again, clearly. What do you think big picture this tells us about what's happening in Europe and the UK specifically?
I mean, in the UK, this is the definition of a totalitarian state, right? This is the definition of a dictatorship in the sense that you are apparently not allowed to criticize its supreme leader without having your freedoms limited.
So this is what she said. This is Eva Vlaardingerbroek. I can never say her last name. She has like 1 million followers on X. This is the tweet that got her booted from being allowed to travel to the UK. Keir Starmer wants to crack down on X under the pretense of women's safety, whilst he's the one allowing the ongoing rape and killing of British girls by migrant rape gangs. Evil, despicable man. Well, that sure sounds like someone exercising their right for free speech of frustration on someone else. Basil the Great said, this is the post that got Eva Vlaardingerbroek banned from the UK. If the UK had free speech, no one would ever be punished for telling the truth. There's no secret about Starmer. He's as good as admitted he works for the globalist Davos, and it shows by the globalist company Labor keeps. Oh, would you look at that? Mr. Gates hanging out with them. Curious. Oh, that guy too? The WEF dude? Holy, weird. Makes you wonder. Basil the Great. The UK is a police state. They've just revealed everything. Lucy Conley faces going to prison again, this time for sharing a meme about Donald Trump arresting Keir Starmer. Let's just start by being honest. The UK is not a free country. That is insane. That's insane. That's like with my lawsuit with Alyssa Mercante. Like, if we were both in the UK, which I think, did she go to school in the UK? Maybe this is where she gets it from. I would probably be very concerned about my liability because, you know, you can just say this person hurt my feelings and sue them in the UK and throw them in jail and stuff. That doesn't happen in the United States. But anyways.
And I'd almost, my lords, forgotten to include the probation service, but was handily reminded that they are burdened as well by a newspaper article today revealing that Lucy Conley, I don't think I need to say who she is, has been told by her probation officer that she was risking being sent back to jail after spending around a year there for a tweet, after some member...
Hold the phone. She spent a year in jail for a tweet? What? Like, even the worst of the worst thing that you say on Twitter, even if it's like inciting terrorism and violence and horrible things, at the end of the day, it's still a tweet. It's just words on the internet. Like, unless there was some sort of like network of things connected to it, exposing a much deeper pattern of, oh, she actually had bombs in her house, and the tweet is what pointed to all that, and then they arrested her. I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Gotcha. A tweet? What?
Some random unknown member of the public complained that they were offended.
For being offended? Oh, okay. They were offended.
And that she was inciting violence because she had retweeted a meme suggesting that Donald Trump should send troops to kidnap Keir Starmer.
Based.
Now, as far as I know, my lords, there are quite possibly some Labour peers and MPs who share her sentiment.
Is he going to go to jail for saying that? How does it work? I don't know the rules for their ridiculous speech laws over there.
But even...
you can hear people chuckling, listen.
But even if they express that sentiment in public, I would argue that they should definitely not go to jail for doing that. It's just yet another example of the metastasization of these hate laws and a waste of probation officers' time.
It's a way to keep spending tax dollars on useless things to keep funding the fraudulent activities that they're doing. It's basically money laundering at this point. Basil the Great, It's amazing the levels of racism you can get away with against white people. This is the Kids CBC. Hello. If you're here to find instructions regarding a self-tape audition submission for the male Kids CBC host, you're in the right place. Below, you'll find a PDF with the audition material. Please submit. Wait, hold on. What? Please submit if you match the following criteria. Male between the ages of 23 and 35. Any race except white. It's just right out in the open. That's insane. Basil the Great. White House call out Keir Starmer over tyrannical behavior. The UK government is canceling local elections and curbing the right to a jury trial. The US State Department. Trump is reportedly furious with Keir Starmer and his lack of respect for freedom of speech. This is breaking. Trump furious with Starmer. U.S. State Department made it clear last night, speaking on the UK and Keir Starmer. The government has indeed repeatedly threatened to return Lucy Conley to prison for benign political speech. It was blocked. It also blocked her from visiting the United States at our invitation. It's also canceling local elections and curbing the right to a jury trial. They know Starmer is a tyrant. His days are numbered. And we'll leave it at this. A record 29 councils will have their elections canceled this May. They claim it is to reorganize. Of course it is. Of course, it's just to reorganize. Conveniently, by the way, when he has massive negative polling, everyone, from what I've seen, does not want Keir Starmer there. And coincidentally, that's him canceling all the polls that are coming up for his reelection. The truth is, they are just worried they will lose power. We held elections 2 months after World War II ended. They have no excuse to cancel them now. Starmer is a tyrant. Britain held elections weeks after World War II. Today's politicians cancel them because they might lose. That tells you everything. I do worry about the UK. I really do. And I know there's been people in my comment sections before being like, why are you even covering the UK? Why? You don't live there. You don't go there. You don't do anything with them because their overreach is trying to come to America. That's what I care about, because we already have politicians in America trying to adopt Australian, EU, and mostly UK laws and what they're trying to do, like the tyranny, the dictatorships, the lacking free speech, the removing freedoms of the people. The big difference between the United States and all these other places is we have this thing called the Constitution. And it really gets in the way of these politicians trying to enforce laws, but they're trying to create ways to circumvent it and go around it and point it, oh, it's for your safety. That's why we need it. We need an amendment for this. We need to do this, or it's not actually infringing this thing because it's actually for the safety. Every time you hear the government say it's for the safety, run the other way. Every single time. They do not care about your safety. They care about money and power. In fact, they don't even care about money. They just care about power, but money is the avenue to get there. So that's why I care about it. And my heart does go out to everyone, especially in the UK and Australia, but the EU isn't much better off these days either. I do worry. I'd like to think sanity is starting to return to the world, but I wonder if it's going to be a smooth transition or not. We'll see. But for now, I'll leave that there.